Dear friends, it is an honor to be here with all of you, women leaders, entrepreneurs, and members of the Global Human Hoop Association. My name is Paloma Vasallo, and I represent the United Association for Finance and Entrepreneurship. We are a nonprofit organization based in Madrid, committed to economic development and financial independence. Our mission is to promote a society that is more educated and informed about finances, while also encouraging the creation of sustainable and socially impactful businesses. We share with you, and with Global Human Hoop, the desire to create an environment where women not only participate in the economy, but also, and importantly, lead it. Today, we have gathered to discuss something crucial: the power of financial knowledge and entrepreneurship. At our association, we firmly believe that financial education is not a luxury, it is a necessity. For too long, many women have been excluded from the economic sector, and some have even been prevented from participating in this field. But of course, this can change. It depends on us. It is in our hands. Starting a financial journey may seem challenging and complicated, but at our association, we are dedicated to sharing tools, knowledge, and experience so that each of us can take control of our economic well-being. Economics and financial education help us understand how to save, invest, and manage our income, and, above all, make smart decisions. It allows us to say goodbye to uncertainty and embrace confidence in our future. We've all experienced going to a financial institution and not understanding the product being offered to us. We provide the opportunity to feel secure when selecting such products, leaving with the peace of mind that we've chosen the one that truly fits our needs. That's why it's essential to take advantage of the resources we offer for your education. It's also crucial to surround yourself with people who support and encourage you. Dare to take that step. It's really quite straightforward. It's important to focus on the figures in order to understand the difference that exists when we are referring to the gender pay gap. Based on studies by organizations like the ILO, there is still a 30% gap in access to financing between men and women. Men still have significantly more financial education than women. Standard & Poor's also highlights that women are 30% less financially educated than men. The conclusion we wish to emphasize is that financial education and entrepreneurship are key to closing this economic gender gap.
Las mujeres todavía están mucho menos formadas que la diferencia con el hombre. En cuanto a la conclusión que destacamos, es que la educación financiera y el emprendimiento son fundamentales para cerrar esa brecha económica de género.
We insist that this education is straightforward, and investing in financial education for women and fostering a supportive environment for entrepreneurship not only empowers women but also drives economic growth and contributes to a more balanced society. This is fundamental not only to end inequality, but for society as a whole. It's clear that the foundation of success is starting financial education early. We must not forget that often, especially for women, we are taught from a young age how to manage a household, but not how to handle investments. We're told how to save, but not how to make that money grow. We're warned about debt, but not taught smart financing strategies. This must change. It's true that a lot of progress has been made, but there is still a long way to go.
Es fundamental que eso se cambie. Es verdad que se ha avanzado mucho, pero todavía queda mucho por avanzar.
How can we change this? Well, of course, once again, through financial education. We must learn to manage our income and expenses, invest wisely, identify opportunities that generate wealth, and protect our assets and those of our families. The good news is that all of this can be learned. This learning brings security, and this security brings happiness. How can we put all of this into practice? That's where we come in, the United Association for Finance and Entrepreneurship. This is the main reason the organization was created. We want to provide that security and peace of mind so that each person can develop independently and bring benefits to themselves. It's true that much progress has been made, but there is still a long way to go. How can we change all of this? Well, of course, once again, through financial education. How do we provide this financial education? We have several avenues. Personal finance courses, which are programs that cover topics such as saving. Courses in budget management or economic development, which are very straightforward and stimulating. Investment and savings workshops, which are practical, short, and enjoyable sessions where we cover basic concepts of financial markets and saving strategies. Webinars and talks, which are online seminars with financial experts. These explore current topics like cryptocurrencies and areas such as socially responsible investments and, for example, retirement planning. We adapt to the needs that arise. In other words, we aim to identify the gaps and address them. In these training sessions, we are accompanied by top-tier financial institutions and their professionals who are very experienced in delivering these talks in a way that keeps the audience engaged. They pay close attention because, as I mentioned, these professionals are very used to presenting financial information in a way that those who lack financial knowledge can understand and, most importantly, learn from.
Para esas personas que no tienen niveles, que carecen de nivel financiero, pues las puedan ir entendiendo y sobre todo que lo aprendan, que es lo fundamental.
Now, as I've come to the end of this part on financial education, I'd like to move on to the other pillar of our association, entrepreneurship. This is also a very important area, which we are strengthening significantly. I want to make it clear that entrepreneurship is not just about starting a business. It's about building opportunities, gaining independence, and, above all, taking control of one's own destiny. It's the key that opens doors, allowing us to design the future we want for ourselves, and most importantly, for our families. I want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is one of the most powerful tools for reducing gender inequality. Why? Because it allows women to take control of their own time and growth. It breaks down salary barriers. Women set the value of their own work and determine their own income. It drives financial independence and job creation. When women become entrepreneurs, they are not only building their own businesses, but also, crucially, inspiring other women to follow suit.
Cuando las mujeres emprenden, no solo están construyendo sus propios negocios, sino que también lo que están haciendo es inspirando a otras mujeres a que repliquen esa misma acción, que eso es fundamental también.
To sum up, entrepreneurship is essential for women, not only for their personal and professional development, but also for the advancement of society as a whole. It's vital that we foster an environment where women can start businesses and thrive in their investments, a more equitable and prosperous future. All of this is fundamental. How do we promote entrepreneurship? Through various avenues. Mentorships. We organize mentorship programs, connecting women who already have experience in entrepreneurship with others who do not, so that they can share their knowledge and experiences. Events, workshops, conferences, and seminars where we address relevant topics for women entrepreneurs, such as financing, marketing, personal development, and leadership. These are genuinely engaging topics. Online platforms, this is essential. Through LinkedIn groups, Facebook. It's obviously crucial that women stay connected and, above all, that we share information. Updates in training and personal contributions are always very important. It's vital that those with less experience receive encouragement.
Es fundamental porque cualquier actualización en esa información y cualquier aportación pues siempre es muy importante que las que tengan más experiencia y sobre todo el estímulo es fundamental para las que tienen menos experiencia.
Every effort obviously has its reward. We organize awards to be presented at the end of the summer. But more than the prize itself, what we really want is to always recognize that effort, that entrepreneurship, and to ensure that the value of that effort is always acknowledged.
A ese esfuerzo, a ese emprender y sobre todo el que conste siempre la valoración a ese esfuerzo. Y bueno, lo
As
que
for me,
quiero deciros
I've reached the
por mi
end of my
parte,
talk about financing
llegado
and
al final de
entrepreneurship.
mi charla
I want
sobre
to
la
thank
parte
you all for your
financiera y
presence.
sobre la parte de
Remember that
emprendimiento,
each of us has the potential to be a leader on our own path.
vuestra presencia.
Together, we can
Recordad
create an
que cada una de
environment
nosotras
where women entrepreneurs
puede ser
thrive
una
and
líder
inspire
en
each
su propio
other.
camino. Juntas podemos crear un entorno donde las mujeres emprendedoras prosperen y se inspiren unas a otras. Quiero daros las gracias por
I
vuestro
want to
tiempo y
thank you for
compartir
your
este
time
espacio.
and for sharing
Es
this
importante
space.
que
It's
sigamos adelante
important
con
that we move ahead with
seguridad y
confidence,
determinación,
security,
puesto que la
and
parte de la
determination.
formación es
Let
fundamental.
me insist that
Os animo
training
a
is
que,
fundamental.
bueno,
I encourage you to
sigáis
keep
adelante,
going and not forget what has been
no olvidéis lo
discussed.
comentado.
Now,
Y ahora
I will
voy a dejar
hand over to my
paso a
colleague
compañeros
Diego Morales,
que os
who will
compartirán
expand on these
sobre
wonderful
estos
and
conocimientos
beneficial
sobre
financial
financieros que os va a
concepts.
aportar mucho. Diego,
Thank you very much. It's been truly a pleasure listening to you. Now we are going to see that investing is not about gender. If it's true that, as you mentioned, and as some data shows, financial education is more widespread among men, we'll now see that it has nothing to do with whether we are men or women, but simply that we need the tools and instruments to understand the financial environment we are moving in, the macroeconomic context we live in, and how we can direct our investments.
Las herramientas y los instrumentos para saber en qué entorno financiero nos estamos moviendo, en qué entorno macroeconómico vivimos y cómo podemos canalizar nuestra inversión.
We want to approach the webinar in a very dynamic way. We will give a summary of how the markets behaved during 2024 and what we are seeing in 2025. It's very useful as an example of a relatively bullish market for stocks, but perhaps more irregular for fixed income markets. That will be compared with what 2025 has shown so far, where we are clearly seeing some volatility events, mainly caused by the tariff pressures from the Trump administration, which we will discuss next. We will explore how we can adapt, regardless of the current economic situation and the importance of investing, so that our savings are not affected by inflation. Saving is not the same as investing. We can allocate a part of our salary to savings, but if we don't invest, we will see that our purchasing power diminishes over time. We will also explore how to face this inflation with certain products. Our main focus will be on investment funds and direct fixed income bonds, which has been a key theme in recent years due to the increase in interest rates.
Veremos que perdemos valor adquisitivo con el tiempo y veremos también cómo podemos, digamos, hacer frente a esta inflación con algunos productos. Nos centraremos principalmente en fondos de inversión y en bonos directos de renta fija, que también ha sido uno de los leitmotivs de estos últimos años con el incremento de las subidas de tipos.
Starting with the stock market performance of 2024, we can see that it was a relatively positive year for the markets. We observed that the US again outperformed European markets, which has been the general trend over the last 10 years. Later, we will discuss why and how not everything was successful. But overall, except for France, which faced uncertainty regarding its policies in one of its main sectors, the luxury sector, and was perhaps slightly more affected by China's slowdown, we saw positive performance in the US and Europe. Emerging markets also showed positive behavior, except for the Brazilian index. Overall, we can say that 2024 was a very good year in terms of stock market returns.
También vimos un comportamiento positivo, a excepción del índice brasileño, ¿vale? Pero por lo general podemos decir que fue un comportamiento bueno en términos de rentabilidad bursátil.
Why do we say that not everything was suitable for investment in 2024? Because we usually rely on the behavior of stock indices. For example, here's a chart showing the difference between the S&P 500, which includes the 500 largest US companies by market capitalization, That is, the biggest companies by size and valuation in the US. If all companies had the same weight in the index, the outcome would have been very negative.
Índice, pero en el caso de que todas las compañías tuviesen el mismo posición en el índice, ¿vale? Tuvieran el mismo peso. Entonces, vemos que si todas las compañías se ponderasen de la misma forma en el índice, el resultado hubiese sido muy negativo, ¿vale? ¿Esto qué quiere decir?
What does this mean? It indicates that a few companies performed much better than the rest of the index. If we use indices as benchmarks to see how markets perform, we find that the results were very positive, even when the overall market didn't perform as well. In other words, if we take the S&P 500 and weigh up all companies equally, the performance would have been very similar to European indices. This good or relatively better performance of US indices was mainly driven by 5 large tech companies, NVIDIA, Meta, Alphabet, Microsoft, and Amazon, primarily propelled by artificial intelligence. Previously, there were the Magnificent Seven, but Apple and Tesla, which had corrections last year, were less prominent. So, only about 32% of the 500 companies outperformed the index. This is called market breadth. We can say that market breadth was very narrow.
Que sí que es cierto que el año pasado tuvieron correcciones, ¿vale? Entonces tenemos que solo el 32% de las compañías de las 500 lo hicieron mejor que el índice, ¿vale? Entonces esto es lo que se llama amplitud de mercado, que podemos decir que la amplitud de mercado fue muy baja. ¿Esto por qué es importante?
Why is this important? Because it shows that not all investment strategies work. Those who followed an index tracking strategy did relatively well, but in 2025, they are suffering more than those who picked stocks, selecting companies they believed were doing better, had strong fundamentals, or better valuations.
Estaban haciendo mejor o que presentaban unos mejores fundamentales o que tenían una mejor valoración, ¿vale?
We are in a moment where indices are highly concentrated, which indicates market fragility. But to understand this, we need to be aware of the environment we are operating in. Moving on, we see that another strategy, investing in small companies, also didn't perform well last year. We started by saying that 2024 was a positive year for stock markets overall, but not everything worked. This chart compares the Russell 2000, which includes 2,000 smaller US companies, small and mid-cap stocks. We see that for nearly 4 years, their performance has been relatively weaker compared to their larger counterparts, such as the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, or Dow Jones Industrial. In terms of valuation, small and mid-sized companies are now at levels we haven't seen in about 5 or 7 years. This is where, in 2025, we begin to find attractive valuations that could offer long-term returns and generate alpha excess return beyond just investing in indices. That's why we emphasize the importance of understanding this market tracking, to be fully aware of the context in which we are moving. This makes no distinction between genders. These are instruments that we all have at our fingertips.
Ser plenamente conscientes en el contexto en el que nos estamos moviendo y al final esto no distingue de géneros, ¿vale? Estos son instrumentos que tenemos todos al alcance de nuestra mano, ¿vale?
Another strategy we compare here is the value versus growth strategy. We see how in 2023 to 2024, the investment strategy in high growth companies was much more successful, mainly due to these 5 tech giants we mentioned earlier, which performed exceptionally well, driven by artificial intelligence. However, in 2025, we observe that the tables have turned, and value strategies, stock picking, selecting companies with more attractive valuations compared to others, are performing better. What was one of the main drivers of growth in GDP for the world's major economies? Ultimately, we see that growth was sustained by public debt through the issuance of government bonds. Here, we notice that during the COVID crisis in 2020, the issuance of public debt in the US was almost double what it was during the financial crisis. What happened after the financial crisis? The years 2013, 2014, and 2015 were years of austerity to correct this excessive public debt and to rebalance the government's finances and accounts. What has happened since COVID-19? In 2021, there was again a strong boost in public debt and liquidity. And in 2022 and 2023, both in comparative and relative terms, debt continued to increase. This indicates that part of the growth has been supported by debt. Here, the U.S. debt liability is $35.7 trillion. Now, we are already above $36 trillion. Despite Trump's comments about reducing public debt issuance, we see that this increase continues, and the expected deficit for this year is very similar to 2024, around 7%. The more than 100% debt to GDP ratio shown here means we are now around 125% of GDP. This increase in public debt also has repercussions in fixed income markets. For equity markets, it works very well because it injects a lot of refuge seeking liquidity in stock assets, and in a way, also generates inflation in these assets. This is what we experienced during the last financial crisis and the subsequent QE or quantitative easing balance sheet expansion. But it also impacts fixed income markets, causing relationships that have always existed to be altered and using them to direct monetary policy. What does this mean? For example, one of the tools central banks use to control inflation and the economic cycle is interest rate management. If interest rates are lowered, it encourages investment, loans, and credit, which accelerates the economy, and this economic acceleration can lead to or result in inflation. Conversely, if interest rates are raised, the opposite happens. That is, they serve to slow down an overheated economy and reduce inflation that exceeds the target. Looking at the latest moves by the Federal Reserve in 2024, despite lowering interest rates, which initially should transmit these lower rates to U.S. debt yields, especially short-term treasuries, the opposite actually occurred. The Fed cut rates by 50 basis points in September, then another 25 basis points. We might have expected Treasury yields to decrease, but quite the contrary happened. After those cuts, the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield went from 3.64% to 4.56%. That is to say, the mechanisms of monetary policy have somewhat broken down. This is also explained by this over-indebtedness. The interest that the U.S. currently pays on its existing debt exceeds, for example, what is budgeted for defense spending. In other words, it has become quite a significant expense when structuring public budgets. It must be taken into account that a very important part of your interest payments will go simply to pay the interest on your debt. Either something is not going well, or that growth we may boast of is not fueled by healthy economic factors. This is a table of what is expected for interest rates. We mentioned that in the U.S. they are lowering rates, but they are doing so at a slower pace than in Europe, where we saw that at the last meeting rates were lowered again, and we expect them to be around 2% by summer. It might even break that barrier.
Pero están bajando tipos a un ritmo inferior, ¿vale? Que en Europa, que ya vimos que en la última reunión volvieron a bajar tipos y esperamos que estarán en torno al 2% para verano, o incluso puede romper esta barrera, ¿vale?
We have talked about sovereign public debt, how it has affected monetary policies, and we saw how mechanisms broke down in terms of interest rate decisions and the behavior of U.S. Treasury yields. But this also translates to credit spreads. I can finance a state if I buy public debt. In this case, focusing on the U.S. to follow the argument, These are
financia
US
el
Treasury
año estado,
bonds.
si compro deuda
But I can
pública,
also finance
estas
companies,
tasas
for
de
example,
en Estados
Apple.
Unidos para seguir el hilo,
Apple has a
son
AAA or
índices de
AA
peso
rating.
americano, pero
So
también
the
puedo
credit
financiar
spread is
a
how much more
compañías,
that
por
company will
ejemplo,
pay me for
a
providing financing to
¿vale?
it
Aquí
compared to
tienen
the US
una
Treasury.
calificación
Obviously, the US
AAA,
Treasury
AA,
is
¿vale?
assumed to have a
Entonces,
greater
el
ability to
diferencial de
pay,
crédito es
and
cuánto
therefore
dinero me va a
companies will
pagar
pay me
más
higher
esa
returns
compañía por
because
prestar
I,
esa financiación
as an
a ella
investor, will
que
demand
al
that.
Tesoro estadounidense.
But these spreads have been reduced to
Evidentemente, son
levels not
estadounidenses,
seen in
siempre
nearly
supone
10
que
years.
tienen una
In
capacidad de
other
pago
words,
mayor,
the
por ende,
alternatives
las
available in
compañías
corporate credit
me van a
investment
pagar mejor
have been
dinero
very
porque
low.
yo como inversor se lo
What
presto.
signal does this give
Bueno, pues
us?
estos
That in a
diferenciales
way the market
se
is treating the
redujeron hasta
repayment capacity
máximos
of these
de
companies
hace
as
10
not
años.
differing much from that of
Es
states.
decir, las
This is
alternativas que
something we
había de
haven't
inversión de
seen in a
crédito
long time.
corporativo
The
eran muy
alternatives
bajas.
available in
Esto
investment,
también, ¿qué
especially
señal
in
nos da?
US credit,
Bueno, que en cierta
have
manera,
been greatly limited
digamos,
when
el
compared to
mercado
its risk-free counterpart,
pone en precio
the
de que
US Treasury, the yields
repago,
of
la
the
capacidad
US
de repago que
Treasury.
tienen estas compañías
Let me stress,
no difiere
all these
tanto de la que
tools,
tienen los
these
estados,
market tracking
que
instruments,
es algo
are
que
something to
nos
consider when
dio
setting our
pues,
investment
algo
strategy.
que no veíamos desde
A
hace unos
strategy
años.
that does not
Entonces, se
recognize gender
limitaron
and that we can
mucho
use when
las
composing our portfolio
alternativas que
in a
había de
dynamic
inversión,
way.
sobre todo en crédito estadounidense, si lo comparábamos con su homólogo libre de riesgo, que es el Tesoro americano, ¿vale? Las rentabilidades del Tesoro americano. Insisto que todas estas herramientas e instrumentos de seguimiento de mercado es algo que hay que tener en cuenta para fijar nuestra estrategia de inversión, ¿vale? Que no entiende de género, sí que la podemos utilizar en nuestra composición o a la hora de componer nuestra cartera de una manera dinámica, ¿vale? Y son instrumentos que nosotros seguimos, ¿vale? Hemos dicho que
We
parte
have
del
said
crecimiento
that part of the
estadounidense
US
fue
growth was
alimentado
fueled
por
by
deuda
debt,
y podemos decir, bueno,
and we
si
could
la
say,
deuda al final
if debt
genera crecimiento
ultimately
económico,
generates economic growth,
se
it can be
puede
maintained in an
mantener,
alternate way.
digamos, de una manera
Because if
clara,
issuing
¿no?
debt
Si
has no
compro deuda, no
repercussions,
tiene
and on top of
repercusiones
that has
y
positive
encima tiene efectos
effects
positivos
because
de
it
que
increases my
incrementa
economic growth,
mi crecimiento
then I issue more
económico, bueno,
debt.
pues emitimos deuda. ¿Qué ocurre? Que en
What
Europa
happens?
tenemos
That
cifras
in
muy
Europe we have
similares
very
de
similar
deuda
debt
sobre
to
el PIB.
GDP
En España
ratios.
estamos
For
en
example,
113,
in
Francia
Spain
está
we are at
en 90,
113,
más o menos
France is around
el tamaño de los
120.
estados es de un 60%
The size of the
es decir,
states
el
is
gasto
about
público
60% of
supone,
GDP. That is to
digamos, una
say,
herramienta muy
public spending
fuerte a la
constitutes
hora
a
de
very
decidir el
strong tool
crecimiento
when influencing the
de
growth
un
of a
país y
country.
podemos estimar que,
We can
pues
estimate
eso,
that if debt
si
is
la
so
deuda es tan
positive,
positiva, el crecimiento
Europe's
de
growth
Europa
must have
ha
been
tenido que ser
similar,
similar y
and those
aquellos
more
países
indebted
más
countries
endeudados
must have
han tenido que
experienced growth,
experimentar un
following
crecimiento
this rule of three.
siguiendo
But we see that
esta
this has
regla 3,
not been the
pero pues vemos
case.
que esto no ha sido así,
We see that
¿vale?
all this
Vemos
fiscal
que todo este
stimulus,
estímulo fiscal,
adjusting it to our
por
country,
ejemplo, ajustándolo a
Spain,
nuestro
in
país,
real
a
terms,
España,
adjusted
vemos
for
que en
inflation
España
and purchasing
ajustado,
power,
¿vale? En
shows that
términos
GDP per capita has
reales,
gone
ajustado a
from
inflación y poder
39,500 euros in
poder
2007 to
adquisitivo,
40,000
vemos que el PIB
euros
per
in
cápita ha pasado
2022,
de
which is
2007
an increase
de
of
39.500 euros a
1.77%.
40.000 en
We had that
2022,
in
¿vale? Que es un
2007, the
incremento
debt
del
to GDP
1,77%,
ratio was
¿vale?
35.8,
Y
and
tenemos
now
que
it
en
comfortably
2007 la deuda
exceeds
sobre el PIB
100%.
era del
So we find
35,8
that debt has not
y ahora
helped to
supera de manera
stimulate
holgada el
sustained
100%.
economic growth in our
Entonces
country,
vemos que la deuda
especially
no ha
when we
ayudado
reflect it on GDP
a
per
estimular un
capita,
crecimiento
which is
económico
somewhat
sostenido en
indicative
nuestro
of
país
how our
y más si
quality
lo
of life has
reflejamos
improved
a un
compared
PIB
to
per
other
cápita,
countries.
¿vale? Que es,
In this
en cierta
case,
manera,
it is
pues
adjusted for
digamos,
context.
cuánto ha mejorado nuestra calidad de vida contra, respecto a otros países. Bueno, en este caso está ajustado, pero porque nos hagamos una idea. Sin embargo, hemos tenido en Europa dos ritmos diferentes de crecimiento, ¿vale? Hemos tenido que
However,
Alemania,
we
Francia,
have had
Italia,
two
España
different
se
growth rates in
estancaban en
Europe.
cuanto a crecimiento
We
mientras
have
sus
seen that
deudas
Germany, France, Italy,
crecían,
and
¿vale?
Spain have
Crecían un
stagnated in
8% al
growth while their
100% de sus
debts have
países,
grown even above
Italia aislando
100% in these countries,
Alemania,
excluding
¿vale?
Germany.
Pero hemos
But we
tenido
have had
países como
countries like
Eslovenia o
Slovenia or
Polonia
Poland
con
with lower debt
una
to
menor deuda sobre el
GDP
PIB y que, sin
ratios,
embargo,
where growth has
¿veis?
tightened.
El
That
crecimiento se
is,
ha
they have
estrechado,
grown
es decir, han
significantly in
crecido
recent
mucho
years,
durante estos
and
últimos
GDP
años
per
y el
capita
PIB per
has even
cápita
surpassed
incluso ha
that of Spain
superado
in
en
some
algunos casos
cases.
al de España.
So we see that debt, as such, does not
Entonces,
inherently
vemos
serve to
que la
generate
deuda como
sustained
tal
growth in the
no
long term.
sirve per se para generar un crecimiento sostenido en el largo plazo, ¿vale? Otra de las variables
Another
también que
variable
utilizamos
that we
para
also
nuestro
use
estudio
to
de mercado
track the
son las
market is
valoraciones, ¿vale?
valuations.
Al
At the
principio
beginning,
os
I
comentaba
mentioned
la
the difference
diferencia
between
que
following
había
growth
habido entre
strategies,
seguir
that is,
estrategias de
investing in
crecimiento,
companies that have a
invertir en
higher
empresas
growth rate, or that we expect to have a higher growth rate versus value strategies, that is, selecting companies based on valuation. This is also something to keep in mind. We see how in 2024 the Standard & Poor's valuation, also because of this over-concentration in these technology companies, exceeded the historical average. And now we see how in 2025 is also one of the reasons why these corrections are taking place. In the end, valuations adjust. It is a healthy market movement, and it also provides entry opportunities in the longer term.
Es un movimiento sano de mercado, ¿vale? Y que también da oportunidades de entrada con un horizonte, si nos ponemos un horizonte de más largo plazo, ¿vale?
We have reached 2025, and clearly one of the leitmotifs leading investor sentiment is Trump's measures. It is true that even before he was finally elected president, he had already put tariffs on the table as part of his political program. What happened? It was not expected that this would be such an abrupt, disorganized, and impulsive, if we can say it that way, modus operandi. Instead, it was believed that it would be something more akin to what he did during his previous term 2017 to 2021, which was more gradual. Initially, he started with general tariffs not just on China on washing machines, solar panels. Then he imposed tariffs and eventually focused on China to gain concessions regarding intellectual property protection, to reduce the subsidies that this Asian country provides to its strategic sectors, and to encourage them to buy more American products. This trade war lasted from January 2018 until the signing of the agreements in what they called the first phase in 2020, and then the pandemic hit. But as I mentioned, he used tariffs more as a bargaining chip to give himself leverage when negotiating with China, a very important trading partner.
En enero, hasta que se firmó los acuerdos de esta primera fase que llamaron en 2020 y justo llegó la pandemia. Pero como os comento, utilizó los aranceles más como un arma de persuasión y de sentarse con de una manera, con una postura fuerte a la hora de negociar contra un socio comercial que tiene, que es muy importante, que es China, ¿vale?
So, what is happening? Starting on April 2nd, on his famous Liberation Day, when he announces exorbitant tariffs on practically all economies worldwide, it causes the baseline scenario, set at the beginning of the year, to unravel, creating a sort of earthquake, especially in the stock market. Now that we are seeing how this is one of the worst years in terms of returns for a U.S. president since the early 20th century.
Años peores en cuanto a términos de rentabilidad para el mandato de un presidente norteamericano desde principios del siglo XX. ¿Vale? Entonces,
so, what's happening? Well, now the entire scenario we had laid out at the beginning of the year has changed, and for that, we also need to be prepared. For example, what did we do with regards to our investment portfolios? Well, we said, if Trump is opting for a harsher trade tone than expected, and if, on the other hand, Europe is implementing fiscal stimulus plans, especially focused on rearmament and military expenditure, it will ultimately have spillover effects that could impact the rest of the economy, leading to higher growth than anticipated at the start of the year. So, we rotated our portfolios and also rebalanced the weights by investing in Europe. That is to say, the markets give you signals, but they also provide opportunities to rotate your positions and adapt to the new economic circumstances in a scenario we had not anticipated a few months ago. But we must have the capacity and the tools to know that we need to move in a completely different environment.
La capacidad, los instrumentos para saber que tenemos que movernos en un entorno totalmente diferente. ¿Vale?
Now let's look at why it is important to invest and how inflation erodes our savings. On average, we will all live longer, meaning we will be retired for more years, years in which we will not receive income from our work. To achieve this, we must save during the years we are able to generate income so that in the future we can live in the same manner as we were doing before, or even better or healthier. These are trends that are occurring across all countries. Life expectancy is increasing, which clearly has benefits because we live longer and can enjoy our lives more. But it also brings responsibilities that we must take on ourselves, not solely passing them on to the state. Responsibilities include investing to secure these extra retirement years that, for example, our parents did not have, and living comfortably and with ease.
Más de nuestras vidas, pero también acarrea unas responsabilidades que tenemos que tomar como propias, también, no solo derivarlo en responsabilidades estatales, sino como propias, de invertir para tener, como digo, estos años de jubilación extra que antes, por ejemplo, nuestros padres no tenían, vivir de una manera holgada y cómoda. ¿Vale?
Essentially, everything boils down to the erosion caused by inflation. As I mentioned at the beginning, saving is not the same as investing. If I set aside part of my salary, but don't grow that money in any way, after 10 years, the cash I've saved will have lost purchasing power. In the end, inflation is the sustained and generalized rise in the prices of the goods and services I consume. Let me give you an example. Suppose I start saving 100 euros today just for illustration. With that 100 euros, I can buy a full basket of groceries, a complete shopping haul at the supermarket. But in 10 years, that same 100 euros will only buy half as much. Why? Because money loses value over time.
Dentro de 10 años, poder comprar la mitad de bienes. ¿Por qué? Porque el dinero pierde valor con el tiempo. ¿Vale? Y ahora veremos.
Now, let's look at the next slide. It's very revealing. Here, we see the loss of value in fiat currencies, the state-backed currencies underpinned by debt. The issue? There are assets that don't lose value over time. So far, we've discussed stock market behavior, sovereign fixed income, and credit spreads for corporate debt. But there are other investment assets, like gold, which we can see has not lost purchasing power over the last 25 years. Historically, it's retained its value. What does this mean?
Vemos que no ha perdido valor adquisitivo durante estos últimos 25 años. Históricamente no ha perdido valor adquisitivo. ¿Vale?
Let's take Spain as an example. In 2000, when gold traded at around $600 per ounce, buying a house cost 350 ounces of gold. Fast forward to today. If we wanted to buy that same 100-meter squared house, adjusting for square meter appreciation, we need fewer ounces of gold. Why? Because gold has outpaced inflation. In other words, gold hasn't lost purchasing power, but the euro has. So the loss of purchasing power is tied to the depreciation of fiat currencies.
¿Vale? Entonces, la pérdida de valor adquisitivo viene asociada por la pérdida de valor también de las monedas fiat.
At its core, this is a monetary effect, something people often struggle to grasp. Here's the key. If we'd held gold bars instead of euros in our accounts, we wouldn't have lost purchasing power. In fact, we'd have greater spending power today than 25 years ago. This underscores why investing matters: stocks, equities, the market. When we invest, we're buying into companies and their future growth. These are assets that tend to appreciate over time. Of course, asset allocation is critical, the skill of the investor, or product selector, like us, in choosing strong companies to partner with. Because down the line, if we need that money, we can sell those shares, exchange them for euros, and if the company has grown, we'll preserve or even gain purchasing power. That's the power of investing.
De buenas compañías. ¿Vale? Porque el día de mañana, si necesitásemos ese dinero, podríamos ir al mercado, vender esas compañías, intercambiarlas por euro, y si la compañía ha subido su valor, ¿vale? Es decir, si la compañía ha ido creciendo y esa compañía que compramos hace 10 años ahora vale más, también podríamos rescatarlo y no perdemos valor adquisitivo. ¿Vale? De ahí la importancia de invertir. ¿Vale?
So, what tools can we use to direct our savings? One we highly recommend is investment funds. These are pooled savings vehicles where many investors contribute money, which is then managed by a professional team. What's the benefit for us as investors? Imagine putting 100 euros into a single company. Say its shares cost 1,000
depositan su
euros
dinero,
each.
digamos,
To
conjuntamente,
buy even one, you'd
¿vale? Y
need
ese
that full
dinero, lo
amount.
bueno es que
But
lo
with a
gestiona
fund,
un equipo
you
gestor
become a
profesional,
participant in a collective pot.
¿vale? Entonces,
Say,
esto que nos
1,000
da,
euros from each
¿qué
investor,
beneficios nos
which
reportamos
can then
como
diversify
inversores?
across multiple
Por
companies,
ejemplo,
especially in
imaginaros,
equity
si
funds.
invertimos
By
en
joining
euros,
the fund, you're not just
solo
betting on one
podemos
company.
imaginar que
You gain
una compañía que queremos
diversification and
comprar,
delegate the
su
asset
acción,
allocation to
el
experts.
valor de cada una de
To
sus
sum up,
acciones cuesta
the
100 euros,
advantages are
¿vale? O 1.000 euros, ¿no?
diversification, professional
Nosotros solo queremos
management,
comprar esa
lower
acción.
costs, though not
Si
as low as
depositamos ese
ETFs,
dinero, si
but we
invertimos
won't cover those
en un
here.
fondo de inversión,
I'd
somos
also add
partícipes de ese
liquidity.
fondo de inversión.
You can typically sell
Lo
your
bueno de ese fondo de
shares and
inversión es que
access your
acumula
money the
1.000
next day
euros de cada
without
una de
losing
las
value.
personas
It's not
y
an
tiene la
illiquid
capacidad de
product.
invertir en una multitud de compañías, en el caso de que sea un fondo de inversión de renta variable, puede invertir en una multitud de compañías mucho más diverso. Entonces, nosotros, al ser partícipes de ese fondo, no solo estamos invertidos en una compañía, sino que nos aporta esa capacidad de diversificación, ¿vale? Y sobre todo de delegar esa asignación de producto en un equipo gestor profesional, ¿vale? Entonces, como os digo, las ventajas, pues, la diversificación, la gestión, también suele tener asociados bajos costes de gestión, no tanto como los ETFs, pero ese producto no vamos a tratar, pero yo destacaría esos tres y también la liquidez, es decir, que podemos ir el día de mañana o al día siguiente y vender y recuperar nuestro dinero, ¿vale? No es un producto líquido, ¿vale? Seguramente podemos hacerlo líquido sin perder valor adquisitivo, digamos, de un día para otro, ¿vale? Entonces, ¿cómo podemos
So,
elegir
how can we
un fondo
choose
de
an
inversión?
investment
¿Cuáles
fund?
son las herramientas
What
que
tools do
nosotros
we use?
utilizamos?
First of all,
Bueno, en
we need to
primer lugar,
categorize ourselves.
hay que tener en cuenta
We
que
must decide what
tenemos
risk
que,
profile we have and what
digamos,
percentage of our
catalogarnos a
wealth
nosotros
we
mismos
can
como
invest
qué
in higher
percentage
risk
tenemos
assets.
y cuánto
In other words,
porcentaje de
let's
nuestro
consider
patrimonio
fixed
podemos
income.
invertir
What is
en
my risk
activos de mayor
threshold?
riesgo,
And
es
how
decir,
much can I
patrimonio
invest in equities?
rentable de renta fija.
And how much can I invest
¿Cuál es
in
mi
fixed
umbral,
income?
digamos, de riesgo y
If we
cuánto
invest
porcentaje puedo invertir en
100%
renta
in
variable y
equities,
cuánto
we
porcentaje puedo
must be
invertir
aware that this product will
en
be
renta
much more
fija?
volatile
¿Vale?
than one that
Si
invests
invertimos
solely in fixed
el
income,
100% en renta
which is
variable, tenemos
expected
que
to
ser
have lower
conscientes de
volatility.
que ese producto va a ser mucho más volátil que un producto que invierte solo en renta fija, que se presupone una volatilidad menor. ¿Vale? Una vez que hemos decidido
Once we
si
have
queremos
decided
invertir en
whether we
productos de
want to
renta fija,
invest in
el
equities or
espectro que
fixed
nos
income,
ofrece el mundo
the
de los
spectrum
fondos de
offered
inversión
by the
es
world of
muy amplio,
investment funds
¿vale?
is very
Amplísimo,
broad,
¿vale?
extremely broad.
Tenemos fondos de
We have
inversión que son
thematic
temáticos, es
investment
decir, que
funds,
invierten
which invest in
en un
specific
sector
sectors. For
específico, por ejemplo,
example,
tenemos de la
health,
salud, de la tecnología,
technology,
tenemos
or
incluso
even
de
companies
invertir en
dedicated
compañías que se dedican
100% to
100%
the
al
treatment and
tratamiento
management of
y
water,
gestión de agua,
waste,
de residuos.
etc.
Es decir,
In other
el espectro
words,
que
the
tenemos
range of
es
options is
enorme,
vast.
¿vale?
One of the most
Uno de
important
los
factors we like to look at
requisitos
is whether
que
the
a
fund
nosotros
is managed by a
más
professional
nos gusta
investment team
mirar
who will make
es,
decisions
bueno, pues
about
al
where
final,
my
una
money
vez,
will be
como os
invested as a
decía, ese
participant.
fondo esté
The track
gestionado por un
record,
equipo de
how that
inversores.
management team has
Pues este equipo
performed in
gestor
different
profesional es
stages
el que
of the
toma las
economic
decisiones
cycle is
de, al final,
essential.
dónde va a estar
If the team
invertido
has
mi
been
dinero.
investing together for many
Y yo como
years, if their
partícipe,
returns have been
el
consistent,
track record
and if
de
those
cómo lo ha
returns have
hecho ese equipo
outperformed
gestor
similar funds
en
in the
diferentes
same
escenarios
category,
del ciclo económico,
these elements
¿vale?
are
Si lleva
also
muchos
crucial.
años invirtiendo
For example,
junto a ese equipo
if we
gestor,
invest in a
si los
U.S. equity
rendimientos han
fund,
sido
we are interested in knowing
sostenidos,
whether that
han sido
management team
mayores
has
que
been
el
managing the fund
promedio
for
de
many
los
years
mismos
and whether
fondos
they have
que
successfully
son de su
navigated
misma
periods
clase. Es
of
decir, si
crisis.
invertimos en
It's
un fondo
important
de
to see
renta
how the
variable
fund
estadounidense,
performed during
nos
market
interesa ese
downturns,
equipo gestor
how the
lleva muchos
management
años
team handled tough
gestionando
times,
ese fondo.
and if this
Si ha
fund has
pasado por momentos
outperformed
en los que ha
other
habido
equity
crisis,
funds.
también es importante
There is
para saber
always a
cómo ha
need to
sido el
compare to
comportamiento
see which
de ese
fund has
fondo, es decir, cómo
performed
se ha
better.
comportado el equipo gestor,
We have
cómo,
various metrics, such as
digamos,
the
ha
Sharpe
cambiado
ratio,
momentos
which
dados
measures
de
the extra
mercado,
return
y
we get
también
for the
si ese
risk we
fondo lo
take
ha hecho
on.
mejor que
In
otros
this
fondos de
case,
renta
the
variable
risk indicator
de
is
sector riesgo, ¿vale?
volatility.
Siempre hay que
If the Sharpe
tenerlo,
ratio is
hay que
greater
hacer
than
una
1,
comparativa,
it means we are
¿vale?
getting a
Para
higher
saber qué
return
fondo
per
lo ha hecho
unit of
mejor.
risk,
Luego
which
tenemos
is what we
diferentes
want.
ratios, por ejemplo, el ratio de Sharpe, muy
Therefore,
importante,
we are interested in
que es
having a
la
Sharpe ratio
rentabilidad
greater than
extra,
1.
¿vale? Que obtenemos al riesgo, ¿vale? Al riesgo que asumimos. El riesgo, en este caso, de este indicador toma la volatilidad, ¿vale? Entonces, si el ratio de Sharpe es superior a 1, por cada unidad de riesgo que estamos asumiendo, obtenemos una rentabilidad superior, ¿vale? Entonces, nos interesa que este ratio de Sharpe sea superior a la unidad, ¿vale? Superior a 1. ¿vale? ¿Dónde podemos
Where can we
encontrar toda esta
find all this
información?
information?
Al final existen
There are
páginas,
websites
por
such as
ejemplo, la que
Morningstar,
más utilizamos
which
es
is one we
Morningstar,
use the
que
most.
es una página
It's a
gratuita
free site that
en la
provides a
que
vast
nos
amount of
ofrece
information about an
muchísima
investment
información,
fund.
pero
As I
una
mentioned,
información
it
amplísima
shows the
sobre
management
un
team,
fondo de
how
inversión,
long they have been
¿vale?
managing the
Tenemos, como
fund,
os digo,
their
quién
past
es el
returns,
gestor, cuántos años lleva
annualized
trabajando en el
returns,
fondo,
and the main
cuáles han sido sus
positions in which
rentabilidades
the fund is
pasadas,
invested.
cuáles han sido sus
In
rentabilidades
other words,
actualizadas.
there's a lot
Tenemos
of
las
data.
principales
It
posiciones
also
en las
has
que ha
comparison
invertido
tools with other
el fondo. Es
funds.
decir, tenemos
These tools
muchísima
are very
información,
useful, and
podemos
as I
compararlo
said,
contra,
the
tenemos
site is
herramientas de
free.
comparación contra otros fondos, así que estas herramientas son muy útiles y, como os digo, es gratuito, ¿vale? Otro de los productos,
Another
y ya
product
os
for
comento un
directing
poco
our
los
savings,
productos
in
que
case we don't want to invest in
podemos utilizar
equities,
para
is
que nuestro
bonds,
ahorro, en el caso
specifically
de que
government bonds,
no
which
queremos
became very
invertir
popular during the
en renta
recent
variable,
cycle of inflation.
¿vale? Queremos invertir
Central banks raised interest
en
rates,
bonos, en este
making
caso
them
de
relatively attractive investment
Estado, que se
products
pusieron
because
súper
they offered
atractivos y fueron
returns
muy de
above
moda
3%.
durante
For
este último
example,
ciclo
in the case of
en el que
Spanish
había
bonds.
inflación, porque los bancos
So,
centrales subieron
we need
tipos
to know
y
these
fueron
products
productos de
exist
inversión
and that we
relativamente
can
atractivos
invest in a
que
way where
ofrecían
we are less
rentabilidades
exposed to market
superiores al
volatility or
2%,
stock
por
market
ejemplo, en el caso
fluctuations.
del
A lot of
bono,
people
del
feel
bono español,
uneasy about
pues también
investing,
tenemos que saber que
and we'll
existen
see
esos
that we can
productos,
also
¿vale?
lose
Y
money
que
in fixed income
podemos,
investments like
digamos,
these.
invertir de
As
alguna
I
manera
mentioned earlier,
que
we can
estemos
invest
expuestos a
in bonds
volatilidad,
issued by
digamos, de
governments or
mercado, ¿vale?
companies.
De la bolsa,
It will
¿vale?
be up to
Que
us
mucha
whether
gente
we
le da
want to finance a
como
government or a
vértigo,
company.
¿vale?
In
Invertir,
this case,
entre comillas,
we
ahora
have the
veremos que
issuer, the
también
government or
podemos
company
beneficiar en
seeking
renta fija
funding, and the
en esta
investor,
clase
which could
de
be us.
productos, ¿vale?
The
Como os decía
nominal
al principio,
principal is the amount of
podemos
money being
invertir en
financed,
bonos
for
emitidos
example,
por estados, bonos
$100,000 or
emitidos por
100,000
compañías.
euros.
Ahí ya
The
entrará en nuestra
coupon is the
decisión si
percentage of
queremos
interest the
financiar
bond will pay.
a un
For
estado o
example,
queremos
if
financiar
we have a 2-year bond
a
issued by the
una
Spanish
compañía,
government with a
¿vale?
2%
Entonces, en este
coupon,
caso
it
tenemos
means that
el
over those
emisor, que
2
es al final
years, if the
el
bond
estado, la
matures on
compañía que
December
está pidiendo
20th,
financiación,
it will pay us 2%
¿vale?
in
Y en caso
interest
que en este
every
caso,
year on
digamos que
December
somos
20th.
nosotros mismos,
It's like a
el
regular
principal
income that we
nómina
will
es la
receive.
cantidad
The
de
maturity
dinero que
date, in
está
this
pidiendo
case,
financiar,
is December 20th.
¿vale? Imaginaros 100.000 dólares o 100.000 euros, ¿vale? El cupón es el porcentaje de intereses que nos va a pagar el bono. Por ejemplo, si tenemos un bono a 2 años del Estado español con un cupón del 2%, esto quiere decir que estos 2 años, imaginaros que vence en diciembre el 20 de diciembre, ¿vale? Pues cada uno de los dos 20 de diciembre nos va a pagar ese 2% en concepto de cupones, ¿vale? Va a ser como unas rentas que nos va a pagar. Y la fecha de vencimiento es lo que os comentaba, pues en este caso el 20 de diciembre, ¿vale?
One of the things
Los
we need to
bonos,
pay
una de las
special
cosas
attention
que
to
tenemos que
regarding bonds is
prestar
their credit
especial
rating.
atención es
The
su
three main companies that
grado de
rate them
inversión,
are Moody's,
¿vale?
Standard &
Estos son
Poor's,
las
and
tres
Fitch,
principales
which
compañías,
provide their credit quality
Moody's,
ratings.
Standard & Poor's y
Let's
Fitch,
take the
que hacen
Standard and
su
Poor's
rating
metrics
de
and see that
calidad
anything
crediticia,
below
¿vale?
BBB is
Y
considered high
vemos
yield
que
or
por
junk bond.
debajo, en este caso vamos a
As we
coger
move
las acciones
downward,
Standard
these
Poor's, vemos
companies or
que por
states
debajo
with a
del
lower
20 de
rating
menos
will offer
está
higher
considerado
returns, but they
high
will
yield
also
o
have a
mid-risk,
lower repayment
¿vale?
capacity.
Entonces, a
This
medida que nos
means
vamos
there is a
moviendo hacia
higher
abajo,
probability of a credit event
estas
occurring,
compañías o estos
an
estados
event
que
where
dan
the
una
company or
calificación
state fails
inferior
to repay the principal
nos
of
van a
the money
pagar
we lent them.
más rendimiento,
This
pero
is very
también van a
important to
tener
keep in
una
mind.
capacidad de pago
We are
inferior.
invested in
Es
investment
decir,
grade
hay más
bonds,
probabilidades
and we want to
de
avoid
que se
capital
dé
losses as much as possible.
un evento
But
de
we also
crédito,
need
un
to be
evento en
aware
que
that there are products
esa
where,
compañía o
if
ese
we are
estado
willing to take on
nos
more
ha
risk,
estafado, es decir,
this
no
is
nos
it.
paga el principal del dinero que le hemos dado prestado, ¿vale? Eso es muy importante a tenerlo en cuenta. Nosotros, a todos nuestros clientes, estamos invertidos en investment grade, ¿vale? Un grado de inversión. Queremos limitar al máximo las pérdidas de capital, ¿vale? Pero bueno, tenemos que ser conscientes de que también hay productos que, oye, que si queremos asumir más riesgo, existen, ¿vale? Entonces, al final, ¿cómo funciona
So,
un bono?
how do
Esto
bonds
quizás
work?
es una explicación
This might be a
más
more complex
compleja
explanation,
y es
and
algo
it's somewhat
contraintuitivo,
counterintuitive,
pero
but the
el
price of
precio
a
de un bono
bond moves in the
es
opposite direction of its yield.
contrario a la
What
evolución de
does
su
this
yield,
mean?
¿vale? De su rendimiento,
Yield is
¿vale?
the
¿Esto qué quiere
annualized
decir?
return a bond will give us from the
Bueno, la
moment
yield
we
es la
purchase it until
rentabilidad
maturity.
anualizada, es
Let's
la que
imagine
nos va
that
a
a
dar un
10-year
bono
Spanish
desde
government
que lo
bond
compramos
offers a
hasta
yield.
su vencimiento.
The Spanish 10-year yield curve, in
Imaginemos
this
que un
case,
bono del Estado
quotes a
español
yield
a
of
10 años
3%.
nos da una
This
rentabilidad,
means the bond will
vemos que
offer us an
cotiza
annual return of
la curva de
3%
tipos,
over
en
10
este
years.
caso española,
What
pues, a
happens?
10 años,
If the bond price goes up,
cotiza
the yield
con una
falls.
TIR del 3%.
But why? because we are buying our initial investment at a higher price.
Este bono
If we invest more money and the maturity value,
durante 10
the amount to
años
be paid
del
at maturity
3%
is the
anual.
same, the yield on that bond will be lower.
¿Qué ocurre? Que si sube el precio del bono, la TIR cae. ¿Pero por qué? Porque nosotros estamos comprando nuestra inversión inicial, en ese momento sube, ¿vale? Entonces, si nuestra inversión inicial, si destinamos más dinero al principio para invertir y el vencimiento, digamos, el importe que nos va a pagar a vencimiento va a ser el mismo, la rentabilidad a la que cotice ese bono va a ser inferior, ¿vale? Porque veamos un
Let's
ejemplo.
look at an example.
Esto es un caso
This is a
real que
real case
compramos
where we
a
bought a
unos
bond for one of our clients. I remember it was at the end of 2023 or mid 2023. It was a bond from BNP Paribas, a well-known bank that is publicly traded and has a credit rating, as you can see here, from Fitch of A and from Standard & Poor's of A+, meaning it's investment grade. At the moment we bought the bond, it was priced at 74.6%. In this case, we bought a nominal value of 200,000 euros. What does this mean? If we multiply 200,000 euros by 74.6%, which was the bond's price, we initially spent, to round it off, around 150,000 euros. There are mathematical formulas to calculate yield. This is the real return. If the bond had a yield of 5.34% at the time, it means that until maturity in 2031, this bond would give us a 5.34% return annually. But why? Because we bought it at this price. What I want to say is that if, instead of buying at 74%, we had bought it at 100%, the initial outlay would not have been 150,000 euros, but 200,000 euros. If we had spent 200,000 euros upfront and at maturity in 2031, we were paid back the same 200,000 euros. The only return we would get annually would be the coupon paid by the bond. This means the bond, instead of having a 5.34% yield, would only offer the coupon rate, which is 1.625%.
Si no hubiese sido de 200.000. Si desembolsamos 200.000 euros al principio y al final del vencimiento del bono, en 2031, nos pagan los mismos 200.000 euros, la única rentabilidad que obtenemos anualmente es el cupón que nos paga el bono. Es decir, ese bono, en vez de a 5,34% de rentabilidad, cotizaría a una rentabilidad equivalente al de su cupón, que sería de 1,625%. ¿Vale? Entonces, este 5,34%
So where does this 5.34% come from?
como os comento,
As I
a
mentioned,
lo largo de
over
esa
the
vida
life
del
of the
bono,
bond,
es decir,
from the
desde que
moment we
compramos
bought it until it
hasta que
matures
vence
in 2031, we received 28,400 euros in coupons. The difference between what we paid 150,000 euros and the 200,000 euro BNP Paribas will pay us in 2031 is 50,000 euros. If we add up the total return from the bond's lifetime, keeping it in the portfolio, the total return is 80,000 euros, 50,000 euros plus 30,000 euros. Well, those 80,000 euros on the 150,000 euro we invested, our initial investment, gives a total return of 53%. If we calculate and estimate the equivalent annual yield, that is, how much that 53% translates to year by year, we get a yield of 5.34% annually over the 8 years we held the bond in the portfolio. How can we lose money in fixed income? Imagine that we sell the bond before maturity and its price drops from 74 to 72. Obviously, we would sell it for a lower price on the market, and in that case, we would lose money. But if we buy the bond and hold it until maturity, that is, if we wait for the bond to mature and for them to repay our capital, we don't lose money unless BNP defaults and doesn't pay us. And that's the misconception many people have about fixed income, that you can't lose money. Yes, you can lose money. Throughout the life of the bond, its price fluctuates just like a company's stock. But if we don't sell it, we know exactly what our return will be when we hold it to maturity.
En renta fija no se puede perder dinero, sí se puede perder dinero. Evidentemente, a lo largo que está un bono, digamos, en vida, es decir, hasta que vence, su precio fluctúa, igual que el de una compañía. Pero si no vendemos, nosotros sabemos perfectamente desde el momento que compramos cuál va a ser nuestra rentabilidad si llegamos a vencimiento. ¿Vale? Y hasta aquí,
And
esto es
that's
lo
it.
que os he explicado de la
This is
diferencia
the
entre PIB
explanation of the
y
difference
precio,
between
y ya
yield and
nos
price.
centraríamos en
Now we
lo
can
que
move on
es,
to the Q&A section.
antes,
If you
cualquier
have
cosa
any questions,
que nos
we're
queráis
happy to
preguntar,
answer them, and we
pues
thank
estamos
you all
abiertos
for
a
listening.
contestaros y daros a todas las gracias por escuchar.